Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. We had a flurry of Merrill Kelly, Jorge Polanco. Honestly, there's a lot to cover. Some LOL Mets. Let's talk ball.
Josh Bell to the Twins.
Josh Bell to the Twins. Tyler Rogers.
Young Ho Park.
Wow. Natural power.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. It's December 15th. What? How's it happen? We're going to talk about time, the reality of it, the non-realities of it. I am Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Rob Scirocco is producing his butt off as we get deeper into the throes of the offseason where we got some juice. Is Bobby Suarez closing games in Atlanta? Is Kenley Jansen? It's not. There's still a lot of, I don't know. I was going to make a weird juice pun. I'll leave it. Coach Trev, how are you?
A juice pun?
Juice pun. There's a lot of big free agents still out there.
A lot of juice left to squeeze? Is that
something like that?
Yeah, there's some big names still out there. But, for some of these signs, like when you look at bullpen construction, when you look at some of these pieces that we're going to talk about today, a lot of the times these are the moves that can come back to either haunt or help you like in the postseason. So, maybe not the biggest names, but definitely some key moves going down here. As for me personally, I'm doing great. Big weekend of sports. My Teddy ball game. Shout out. First over the fence homer. Very proud dad. I've never seen him smile like that. So it was really cool to see. So SoCal Padres. Oh, here's the vid. Get it, big dog. Let's go.
Nice
dead
swing.
Center too.
Dead center, stayed through the zone.
Levi, get out of the way.
Levi, we don't want to see that.
Oh,
it's nice. Stays through it.
Yeah.
And that little fist pump round in first base. That was pretty cool.
I'll get into it. I mean, I'm not sure if you'll care. This team that we beat, they
we don't care. Never mind.
The gold bracket 2 weekends in a row. They were the dogs, and we mercied them.
Whoops.
And then we lost the next 2 games. So it doesn't matter.
I was a proud uncle for Teddy's home run. So that was pretty cool. And then you're at your buddy Matthew. Clinched playoffs and might be looking at an MVP. So everything's coming up, Coach Trev. Josh Bell to the Twins.
Yeah. We've been needing the first baseman.
Switch hitter. The Nats refused to trade him because he was such a good guy in the clubhouse. Okay. We won't get to that. Well, we will get to. Well, actually, Trev, I think the one I want to start with, just because they've been kind of the sexy team of the offseason for the wrong reasons, I think it's the Mets and Jorge Polanco.
Okay.
Jorge Polanco, who you bought his first suit. Like, let's not forget that.
That's true.
Let's not forget that, Trev. Your fingerprints are all over this. The Mets make a move, their move. And there was already some, what are the Mets going to do? There was already some Mets second base jokes out there. Well, Jorge Polanco hasn't really been brought in as a second baseman. Jorge Polanco is brought in for some first base DH, 2 years, $40 million. Okay, Georgie. Maybe you get that suit back, Coach Trev. It was just as the Mets were seeing Edwin Diaz go, we're seeing Pete Alonso go. Hey, Polanco had an awesome year last year, and he has a very nice career, which I felt pretty good because I was like, last year I was like, hey, I think you should sign Jorge Polanco because his dude, what a case of your free agent year dictating what the market brought to you, that he gets a nice little 2-year payday and he'll be switch hitting in the middle of the Metropolitans lineup.
Look, I love me some Jorge Polanco. I'll tell Mets fans what you can expect. Like the opposite of clubhouse cancer. Like he's just going to go in there and do his work. A man of very few words, Jorge Polanco.
Interesting.
Just a absolutely standout personality guy, like a guy you want in the clubhouse. Puts his head down, goes to work. Switch hitter's nice. I mean, I don't know where he's in the slot in the lineup. Right now, Fangraphs has him protecting Juan Soto. I think that's going to be something we'll have to figure out during the offseason. You got to have somebody behind Juan Soto, or else you're going to be paying the guy $800 million to walk a lot. I think that's going to be something to figure out. Is Jorge the guy? I'm not sure. But this is another one of those guys, like I referenced at the beginning of the show, like, yeah, not the flashiest signing necessarily, but we saw him. We're watching it right now in the playoffs, what he did against our guy Scooble. Like
Yeah.
he is a guy, like you talk about a slow heartbeat guy. That's Jorge Polanco. The moment's never going to get too big for him. The market can't get too big for him. He's just a ball player, which I love. So you're getting a consistent baseball player. Now, the first base aspect is a little interesting to me. I don't think he grades out well as far as metrically defensively, but I also don't think he's not bad defensively. And you put him at first base, he has a full offseason to learn it, a full spring training to learn it. I think he can be just fine. And if you're going from Pete Alonso defensively to Jorge Polanco, I honestly don't think there's a big gap there. And maybe Mets fans don't want to hear that. I think Jorge might have a little bit more range than Pete, but he will have to, figure some stuff out there defensively as the season goes on. I'm sure he will, but I don't know, man. Like, you can laugh at the signing and say, yeah, you lost Edwin Diaz, you lost Pete Alonso, you got all this stuff kind of coming out about like this Lindor. Like, is this true? Like the Lindor Soto stuff? I keep hearing it. I'm like, is this even real? Jorge Polanco will be involved in none of that. So you got a ball player, which you replaced Pete Alonso, who's just this ball player, with Jorge, who's the same thing.
Yes, and Jorge Polanco, if you look at the baseball card since 2018, so he was 24 years old, he has been a positive hitter in all but 2 seasons. One was 2020, where he played 55 games. We can kind of scratch that. And then it was his first free agent year with Seattle, which Seattle had this kind of history of guys going over there and struggling or not being able to play up into their baseball card. That for me, that was the outlier, that he goes back to Seattle. And I didn't like that because I was like, damn, I'm looking at one thing in Jorge Polanco's career that's different. He goes back and he has the best season of his career, arguably, at least OPS plus wise. And the strikeouts in 2024 and in 469 plate appearances, nice. He had 137 strikeouts. Last year, 524, so another 50 plate appearances. The strikeouts went down to 82. So the contact is there, which I feel like I take crazy pills sometimes where I'm like, contact. We saw it from the Blue Jays. And again, copycat in all sports. You and Dalton talking about some of the Rams offensive sets, 3 tight ends, how that's going to be the new trend. I think contact baseball is going to be very sexy again, unless the rest of your statistics go with everything else. Then we can ignore the strikeouts. If not striking out super matters. The pressure it puts on a pitcher, the pressure it puts on a defense. I think, unfortunately for the Mets, this being is this their first offensive? Well, they traded for Simeon,
Yes.
and who will be playing defense at shortstop, so that's a good thing for them. Devin Williams, who will be in the back end of their bullpen, and now Jorge Polanco to play first base /DH. It's still a parts in, parts out feels tough between Diaz, Alonso. I mean, the other side of that trade is like Nimmo went out, who was a very solid contributor for them, and Tyler Rogers, who we're going to get to in a little bit. So it's still what is next for the Mets.
I understand the sentiment that Mets fans have right now. A lot of animosity towards the front office because you did just get slapped in the face with some big names leaving. There still is, if you're looking at it like big picture, take a step back, there still is plenty of offseason left. There still are many guys out there that can help you. And free agents, yes, but trade market as well. You have the goods to go out and do it. So this still can be a successful offseason for the Mets. I would have brought Pete back. They don't believe in Pete. That's clear as day.
They don't. How weird is that?
They just don't believe in him, which I think is silly. Sometimes you got to get, like, you got a big brain, great, dude. Like, sometimes it gets in the way. It's too big.
It's not an issue on this program.
Hey, tell me I'm wrong.
But you're absolutely right.
Pete should be in that lineup behind Juan Soto. That's like the easiest decision you ever had to make. You didn't do it. You don't believe in him. That's fine. You better use that big brain then to go out and get some guys. There's still time for you to do that.
Yeah.
But the clock is a ticking, man. And we just talked about before the show. Christmas, Hanukkah, they're here. Guys want presents.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's big contracts. That's starting positions. I think you led us into the follow-up conversation there for Los Mets. And I want to tell the people it's brought to them by SeatGeek. And if the Mets want to get people back in those seats, they got to keep running. MLB, yeah, we're in a little bit of a timeout. Although spring training, once that calendar changes, it starts sneaking up. But NFL, NBA, and NHL are ramping up with SeatGeek. If you're looking to go to a game, people, SeatGeek is where you want to be, or a concert, or a festival, or whatever it is. The World Cup coming in New York, New Jersey in 2026. Can we finagle our way into that? Interested?
Yes.
SeatGeek, code TALKIN10, 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's TALKIN10, 10% off any tickets with promo code TALKIN10 at SeatGeek. Mets are going to make a trade between Vientos, Mauricio, Luis Angel Acuna. Like, again, the young pieces there are starting to... Brett Beatty, like...
I think it's people are more after the young pitching.
And that's fine, but like, whether Tong, Sproat, I think McLean's probably on the untouchable list right now.
I just watched this video of McLean on Pitching Ninja talking about like his hand placement on his sweeper, and it's wild. These pitchers now, they're too smart. They used to be dummies. They used to be dummies back in the day. Now they're getting a little too smart with their fingers. Sorry.
I don't know. We were just making fun of front offices for being too smart a second ago. Because they still got to make one mistake, Trev, and we just turn on.
That's right.
Get your hands in. The Mets are setting up for a big deal. I don't know. I feel weird because we genuinely very much aren't these guys of like doing clickbait type stuff. But like the Mets, they have to have something planned, whether it's like they could put Skubal in that rotation and it would make a lot of sense that, is that a young player, a young pitcher? Does that get you home? Again, I know there's been a lot of Ketel Marte trade rumors. The Mets they have ammunition. They clearly, free agent wise, they're still in on Belly, potentially Tucker, potentially some other guys out there. But it feels like what this team's goals should be. Like adding Marcus Semien. Lindor is 32. Soto you gave a Billy to. Jorge Polanco for the next 2 years. They need win-now moves, and they have a lot of young guys that I'm interested to see what Ronnie Mauricio turns into. I'm interested to see what Luis Angel Acuna turns into, but they're 23 and 24 that I don't think they're currently on the Mets timeline. But, hey, maybe this is where I'm wrong, and this is going to be the conversation with the Mets front office is, we attacked Stearns for having a big brain and getting the Mets job for making the Brewers into a powerhouse organization. I guess that's what we're going to find out in the coming months. Like, does he think that they're capable of keeping those young guys and, like, this is going to be a Mets factory and we're looking at this year, we're looking at the next 5 years? Or is it like, hey, it's time to go?
But the point of having all these guys that you can draw in from your minor league system, which you better not trade Jet Williams. You better not trade him.
Yeah, he's on your no fly list. As a little.
I don't believe in untouchables. Who said that? Scott Harris?
I don't know who said that.
Yeah, he did say that.
Okay.
Whatever. I've been listening to a lot of GM interviews.
What are you doing?
I don't want to. I do a show with Chris Rose, and that's what he loves.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, it's guys his age.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, the point of David Stearns coming to New York was like, hey, let's do that and then get the free agent. You got Juan Soto. That's great. You had one right in front of your face with Pete Alonso. He should have been back. That's Edwin Diaz. Sucks he left. Whatever. For $3 million, sound like he didn't want to be there. Right? Or I don't know the whole behind the scenes to that. I don't know. Pete Alonso to me should have been a Met. He's not. Let's see what the next step is. They do have 6 top 100 prospects if you're counting McLean and Tong and Sproat there. So they have ammunition to go make trades, or maybe they're banking on those guys coming up, because a lot of them are towards the upper levels of the minor leagues and have already broken into the major league. So maybe you're saying, hey, we have this influx of talent coming in. We believe in these guys. Like there are ways they can go. But surely the Mets have plenty of moves left in them before the season gets started.
Second half of their lineup right now. Well, I guess I'll start with Polanco at DH. And again, slotting Marcus Semien into the 2-hole. I don't know if that's who you're going to want in front of Juan Soto. Polanco, it could help a ton. It could also, Jorge Polanco, DH. Vientos at first. McNeil in left. Alvarez at catcher. Beatty at third. Currently lists your guy, Carson. Is it Bengay? Carson Bench?
He's not on my no-fly list.
Not on my list.
He's a 59th ranked prospect in all of baseball. Okay,
him and Jet Williams figuring it out. Tyrone Taylor. I don't know. It's a lot of interesting pieces. I would love if let's get a piece to protect Juan Soto. Like that's been the conversation. Yes. I know you've been watching general managers on whatever. I don't know, whatever you and Chris Rose watch, Fubo, like whatever, wherever you guys tune into those. I don't know. I had MLB Network on the other day, and I think your guy, Ron Darlin, like he was goofing. He's like, Soto's going to, like current Mets lineup, Soto might walk 200 times. Yes. And that's just not good for the game.
But Jorge Polanco needs to be in front of Soto, Lindor, Polanco, Soto, somebody.
And I still think that's going to happen. It is just interesting, lefty, righty, and that's where Pete, like the run driving inability that we still, yes, it's availability with RBI, but there's still an ability to get it done.
It's a right-handed power bat.
Correct.
You need I guess if you get Breggy, you put him behind Soto. I'm in for that.
Kyle Tucker happens to be incredible versus lefties and righty.
I just the lefty lane them. I don't love it. I mean, yes, do I want Kyle Tucker on my team no matter what? Sure. I think a right-handed bat. I know the splits, whatever, but
yeah, I get it. And I do think there is something to that outside of the splits, but maybe the big brains get in the way there. But yeah, like this Mets whole lineup would feel a lot different if we said they open up every game with Lindor, Soto, Tucker. But again, I'm going to call myself out for the people. Like I have just assumed, or for the Mets to get back on track, I'm either saying like, hey, give the $400 million to Tucker or go trade everything for Skubal, which that's a tough ask. And
Oscar's there. I feel like for the taking from the Dodgers, if they wanted it, you could put him behind Soto. Like you just need somebody that, makes people pitch to Juan Soto. There's guys out there.
There was
we gave Heim time. Do we have to give Stearns turns?
We could give Stearns turns.
Yeah.
We can give Stearns turns.
Okay.
Well, I think that's going to be the interesting part. I think we're going to find out at the end of this, are we giving Stearns turns, or right now are we just overreacting in the moment that the player's out? Again, how these transactions are going down in operation order, like, I don't know, if the other good Mets moves happen, the offseason can still be a success, but Nimmo, Alonso, Diaz, Tyler Rogers, yeah. Let's find out. Let's give Stearns turns.
I nailed that one, huh?
You never played Mario Party, did you?
I don't think so. Mario Paint back in the day.
Oh, wow. Yes. Mario Party was a game of games. Like if I could go back in time and try to trick Jimmy into some gamer stuff, like he'd have some Mario Party in him because it's literally just a game of different little games. And they were called turns. So that's where I don't know, Stearns turns, a Mets party. We'll figure something out.
If you try something, you get a turn at it. That's just where I was at.
We're creative cats. Trev, okay. Hey, why don't we save, because there's 3 significant bullpen moves and this Josh Bell signing that's kind of just taken over this morning. We love Josh Bell. I guess one of these things is not like the other, and he signed the same contract as Jorge Polanco. Merrill Kelly, 2 years, $40 million, back to the Snakes. This had been rumored. An Arizona boy, ASU, throw them forks up. And yeah, has reestablished himself in Arizona, got traded. They got some prospect capital back, and now he returns for 2 years. And hey, man, I think we're starting to appreciate innings just a little differently. Kelly has that 32 starts last year, 184 innings, a 3.52 ERA. His off-speed stuff has graded out really well every year. So as he ages a little more, maybe you could spin that as a good thing. He's the current favorite on the D-backs to be their opening day starter. So this was one that I think coming into the offseason was assumed to get done, but I don't know. I think if you're a lot of fan bases putting your team's vision board together and you were looking for a 3-4 starter to eat a lot of innings, Merrill Kelly would have been a guy you'd be like, give me him.
I mean, 2 years, 40, I like him on any team. I think
Yes.
that, this is one where you're like, man, like, why didn't my team go do this? And I think it's because he wanted to be in Arizona. That's why your team didn't do it. I'll say what I usually say about guys like Merrill. Well, first of all, I think the story is awesome. If you don't know, I mean, yeah, he gets drafted, has to go to Korea. Initially signs, I believe it was like a 1 year, 5.5 with the Diamondbacks. Torey Lovullo sits him down, tells him he stinks.
Yeah.
He responds to that. And now after his age 37 season, he's finally a true free agent, which is really cool, man. Like, to be able to get to free agency, I think a lot of times we're talking about these guys, these superstars that get to free agency and sign these big contracts. For the overwhelming majority of players, like, getting to free agency is so huge and just very rare. So he finally gets to do it, choose where he gets to choose where he plays, which is really nice. You nailed it about the durability with him. He's going to take the ball, he's going to throw, and he's one of those guys, man, who just has a bunch of pitches that he throws. Very tough to game plan with. Last year, 5 pitches over 10%, and this is something when you watch him pitch, you kind of see it, but changeup 88 miles an hour, four seam 91, 92, cutter 91, sinker 92. Like, they're all the same speed. They just kind of move in different ways. And again, as a hitter, it's like you kind of got to guess or hope he makes a mistake in the middle and you're just there. But a guy like Merrill Kelly would have gave me fits just because I like to be able to differentiate between the pitches. So, to pick it up earlier, that's kind of where his success lies, is the fact that everything's kind of coming out of the same tunnel there, a lower arm slot, and just you gotta see it deep, coach. Late movement, if you know what I mean. That's where the success is from. And yeah, I'm happy. He's, does this make all of a sudden Arizona World Series contender? It helps. I'll tell you that much. Doesn't hurt.
Trev, we jumped to the same turkey math is one of my favorite turns, and maybe I'll explain it at the end of the program. But, dude, he throws 83% of his pitches between 88 and 92 miles per hour. Yes. They just do a little something different. That it's really interesting because I feel like, getting into our hitters' mentalities, he's one of the guys that you step up to the dish and you kind of, where your clicks are going to be at. It's just finding the right one, but it's really tough to find the right one. But yeah, it shows there's a lot of ways to pitch and get it done, which remind me when we talk about Tyler Rogers and Kenley Jansen later, I've been running through some chaos pitcher theories in my head. But yeah, 83% of the times he's throwing a ball up there kind of within the same 3 to 4 miles per hour, just makes it move a little differently, get him to chase, put a couple in the zone. And man, in 2 of the last 3 years, 2023, he threw a $177 innings pitch. By the way, to a 3.29. Also, Arizona not known as a pitcher's park.
I think it is now.
Really? Are we changing that?
It's changed since they did the humidor.
Rob's on it.
Get on the
he started moving before you even said it.
Yeah, I know.
3.52. And again, his numbers with Texas actually were up a little bit. But those innings, man, like you don't see guys putting those up. And yeah, I do think, for a lot of free agencies, like I think there was a Jorge Polanco quote that was like, I really wanted to return to Seattle, but I took the best contract. It's like, yeah, that's
Jorge Polanco right
that's
there.
the formula. A little straight at you, Jorge. I think Merrill Kelly had a little less wiggle that he wanted to be in Arizona. Like that again, my Jake Snakes, people forget. It was really interesting to see. Like it felt like a family-friendly company. Again, I was coming out of normally dealing with the Yankees, who are like Disney World, Star Wars, where the Diamondbacks, like all the security guards knew the members of the front office, like it was really cool that I think Merrill Kelly at this point of his career, potentially thinking about the next part of his career, that was a big part of his decision. And, it's not like he's around market value. Like it's, for where he's at age-wise in his career. I was a little shocked when you look. Okay, so the Diamondbacks go to the World Series in 23.
Yes.
They signed Corbin Burns, and we're like, for me, I start daydreaming, hey, we got that young core of hitters locked up. Like what Phoenix, Scottsdale, Scotts Vegas has turned into. I was like, Snakes, like, let's go.
Fan base is there. Yeah.
We got people. We got sports people, like between the Cardinals, the Sun. Like, yes, that area is about it. Spring training is there. Early look at the Snakes rotation. We need a little more juice.
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's Erod, it's Fott, it's Nelson.
Kelly, Nelson, Erod, Fott, Soroka,
I forgot
currently slotted in there. Which
you don't like him in the rotation. You want him in the bullpen. We know.
I've been hammering the table to get him in the bullpen.
I got two things. Merrill Kelly. Number one, quickly, I feel like he's rich now. So I just have this vision of him stepping out in Old Town Scottsdale, belt buckle, boot cut jeans, new pair of boots. Everyone's wearing boots these days. I can't pull it off, Jake.
Really?
I tried, and Olivia's like, do not wear those.
Really? That shocks me.
Yeah, not a boot guy. I'm not a cowboy. Everyone's turning cowboy, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm just not a cowboy.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah,
like, I can do cowboy work. Put me out there. I'll outwork anybody.
Right.
But I'm not going to dress up and play like cosplay a cowboy. That's not me.
Yeah, I feel like if I go full cowboy, it feels a lot more Build-A-Bear than cowboy.
I've never thought of you as a Build-A-Bear, but I'm probably never going to think of you as anything but.
That's I've had that one in the chamber. A lot of the clothes my mother tends to buy me, it lands closer to Build-A-Bear than I'm going to wear this. And that's just how she views me.
By the way.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
Build-A-Bear is still like cranking, right? Like they haven't slowed down.
No.
Nuts.
Okay.
Expensive too.
So neither of us are cowboys. That's fine.
That's fine. That's okay.
We'll do the work though.
Cowboys respect us.
Yeah.
Because we do the work.
Can ride a horse. Fine. Whatever. Second thing. Gosh, I forgot what I was going to say already.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You got me with
I torpedoed you with that one.
Oh, okay. It's interesting we talk about like the speed differential between the pitches. And my take as a hitter is I think the difficult pitchers to face are the guys that have like extreme differences. Think like a Zach Greinke, Ephus, Yu Darvish, big slow curveball, and they're also throwing cheese. Like if you have like a 15 to 20 mile an hour difference between your fastball and an off-speed pitch, that's very difficult for a hitter. If you have something like this where everything's the same, that's also very difficult for a hitter. Sometimes this, like what Merrill Kelly does, if he's missing his spots, can be very advantageous to a hitter. Where you kind of want to stay out of, I believe, as a pitcher, is like that like 10 mile an hour difference where it's just like, all right, I know that like out of the hand, I can see it. It's not too drastic of a difference. My cadence is kind of still the same. So I think if you're a pitcher, that's a little secret for you. Like you either got to do extreme or jumbled. I think that's your best bet as far as, disrupting timing, because guys are used to seeing 10 miles an hour difference, 12 miles an hour difference, whatever it is. So like, get on the extreme version of that. And I think that is the next frontier of pitching is arm angles speed differential, and then obviously pitch design, seam shifted bullshit is already here.
Whatever those geeks are talking about.
So, I mean, yeah, that's the jumbled up mess of miles per hour is good.
Whatever our guys Eno and Derek are talking about on Rates and Barrels. Trev, you have no idea how well you just teed up the next part of the conversation, because arm angles, timing, throwing the same pitch, between Kenley Jansen, Robert Suarez, and Tyler Rogers, you get all of that. And the teams that got them, they were shopping on Shopify. Maybe. I don't fully know. What I do know is we use Shopify. Day one, John Bino. Hey, let's start slinging some shirts. How do we do that? Shopify. And we're still with them. I think that's the part of the story that I find so impressive about them for 7-8 years now. Sheesh. Shopify is where we started at John Boy Media, and we just relaunched our merch store on Shopify with our new Slashline site. It was a dream. We brought the ideas. Shopify brought the execution. As you're shopping our new launch, check out what Shopify can do for you. They have their Shopify Sidekick, Shopify Magic, and a suite of AI tools. That's a game changer. Helps you dictate where your business is going and growing. Hello. If you want to be like us and start building your brand from the ground up, it's time to go over to Shopify and start your trial today. Click that link, shopify.com/talkin', if you're ready to leave the amateurs and head over to the big leagues. Let's see. Do we go by the money or do we go by the prestige? Because that would either be Bobby Suarez or Kenley.
I think I don't know. Go arm angle. So we go Kenley, Suarez, Rogers.
Okay. How about let's do Kenley, because I get caught up in Kenley, man. Kenley Jansen, 1 year, $11 million to the Tigers. An interesting conversation of where he's going to slot into that bullpen. Are they pitching chaos? They re-signed Finnegan. Vest kind of took over the closer role. That Kenley, just very casually in his age 37 season, 62 games, a 2.59 and 29 saves, whip under 1 for Kenley Jansen. The Hall of Famer, 4th in career saves. Did you know? And still pitching at a fine level, throwing that cutter basically 80% of the time, if not more. And you talk, dude, there's so many ways to get outs in this game between the timing and the leg kicks and everything Kenley does. Location, he is one of my favorite pitchers to watch. And the Tigers that have had a lot of bullpen questions and pitching questions, now with Finnegan, Kenley, and Vest, at least you have the start of the recipe.
It's a phenomenal signing for them. He's kind of like a set it and forget it guy. I think, the numbers last year, you mentioned the 2.59, 62 games. That's what the Angels do. Like, getting up for a season that you're not really like competing for anything. And Kenley's obviously done that throughout his career. It's very impressive, man. Like, he didn't go there to die. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
In his age 38 season, he thrived there. So you're getting a guy who he's going to take the ball. You're right about the timing. We're watching some of the clips right now on the YouTube version where the leg lift is just a little bit different. The arm angle is just a little bit different. He's got great arm action well, he throws 3 pitches, obviously mainly cutter. We're kind of going back and forth through the years just to see how often he's thrown the cutter. And it's fluctuated, I believe, from like 64% to 84%, depending on the year. Last year, we had him at 81%. Little sinker, little slider mixed in there as well. But I don't know where he slots in. I think if you're the Tigers and you're AJ Hinch, it's like, hey, probably hot hand. I bet he gets the first go at it through out of spring training and just kind of see where it lands. And matchups based pitching, I think, is something that they really like to do. So I don't think it matters like, hey, this guy's our closer necessarily. But yeah, I mean, this is another signing where I'm like, your team could have had this guy. But I think he wanted to go somewhere that is creative with their pitching, is still going to be in contention. Unless they trade Skubal, that's going to be if they trade Scoobs, I am very fascinated to see what they do in 2025. Like they reallocate that money somewhere else, and are they going to be as competitive without the best pitcher on the planet? But that's for another day. Kenley Jansen's a win for them, no matter what. An all-timer, man. First ballot Hall of Famer.
I like to think so, that especially where relief has become valued in today's game. And when you look at his resume, it's insane. And I left Tyler Holton out of that bullpen before, so we got some arms out there. Yeah, I end up being a little old school in the fact that like I would let Kenley close because he's fourth in career saves. He coming off a nice year, a really nice year. That I think Vest would currently be labeled as the bad man for them out of the bullpen in a good way. And like you can use him in that kind of future of baseball role that, hey, if 1, 2, 3 is coming up in the 8th inning, then it's not even a conversation. Like Vest can be your go and get him guy. Finnegan had some high moments for them. I mean, they have 3 guys in their bullpen who had 20 plus saves last year. So that's kind of impressive. Something that was viewed as a weakness or how do we get more arms out there is something that they're clearly attacking. And yeah, man, I don't know. When you're someone like Kenley, and it's different, man. Like Rob just played that montage of Kenley throwing. Show me the other guy that does that. Show me the other guy that's messing up his leg kick every time.
I don't want that. Like I'm so happy that more guys don't do that.
And not only that, it's one of the biggest bodies you're going to see on the mound. Like, so it's everything. Nothing about it feels right. And then as a hitter, you're also playing that game of like, okay, I pretty much know what pitch is coming. It's just, is it going to be low? Is it going to be high? And that's where I find Kenley just beautiful because you see so many guys expand the zone because you're like, okay, I'm looking for the cutter. Okay, I got the cutter. Maybe it's a little high, but whatever. And then you see those kind of awkward check swings where it's like, that is high, but I saw the pitch I was looking for. That it's just such a different at bat. He's one of my favorite pitchers to watch.
Can I? I'm just gonna do something I usually don't do on this show.
Okay,
I'm gonna give you a compliment. You nailed it right there.
Right.
You got into the mind of a hitter.
Yeah.
When you're going up there expecting a pitch and you get it, you expand because I got it. And then, yeah, it like sometimes
that is every
gets a ton of horizontal movement. Sometimes it doesn't.
What Rob's playing on the YouTube right now, this is every Kenley Jansen at bat. Look at these swings. It's just, that's Teoscar. Who's that? Is that Javi?
It's also like the slow delivery to the good arm angle. That one was sped up a little bit. So yeah, you are initially as a hitter, you have to say, okay, let me get on time with him. And it kind of messes with guys like, hey, if I have a leg kick, when the hell am I supposed to start my leg kick? So guys will, kind of change their approach. Maybe their front leg stays down a little bit longer. So that's already messing with you a little bit. And then, yeah, you know what pitch is coming and you see it. It moves late. Sometimes it moves more. Sometimes it moves less. Sometimes it rises. Sometimes it sinks. It becomes an at bat where, yeah, he has to make mistakes. And he doesn't he doesn't miss in zone a lot. So it's a difficult at bat. I said on the show before, I think you have to try to pull him as a righty. That's where, I faced him a couple times. And if you try to go to right center, which is kind of like what you think with the cutter going away from you, you end up filleting it, filleting's the right word. Okay. Pop up to right. If you try to get on top of it and think about hitting the top of the ball, I think that's a better course of action. But you might end up hitting it to the shortstop. It's a difficult at bat. You nailed it, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
I know. Thank you, and I love you too. The other thing that when I was getting into Kenley's stats last night, because yeah, I'm a little different like that. I was prepping. For a little while there, I feel like he was lumped with Clayton as being like a playoff, almost like one of the Dodgers' weaknesses. Like, hey, if Kenley's out there, you got a shot. He allows base runners, which, by the way, career whip is under 1. So, but dude, in the postseason, the guy has thrown another season, 59 games, 65.1 innings pitched, a 2.2 ERA. The guy, you're right, and again, sometimes we see with the writers in the Hall of Fame that things aren't always clear cut. This guy is a first ballot Hall of Famer. 0.79 WHIP in the playoffs. The guy's a legend, and he did come to the office, and his personality was cool. Like, he was because he's Kenley Jansen, he didn't have his guard up. He's like, at the end of the day, I'm Kenley. Like, I'll mess around with you guys. He's one of those guys. He could go until his 40s if he wants to. Like, that cutter sitting 92, 93, he's still getting people out. And the way he pitches, I think he can still go as long as he wants to. That if he wants to keep collecting $11 million a year and getting big outs, I think he can do that.
Agreed. So how long do you want to play for? I think he wants to get to 500. That's a big number for him.
Yeah.
What, 467 right now? 476?
476.
Yeah, man.
Silly.
He's a guy. Great signing by the Tigers.
He's a guy.
What's the contract again?
1 year, 11.
Oh,
Come on.
give it to me. Is he going to be my new David Robertson?
He might be. Slightly different bodies.
Both great. I mean, 6'5", 265. He's got him listed. Oh, Bobo.
Wow, you just got to pull him. Get your hands in. You get to third on this?
There's Doge.
2-run score?
11 pitch at bat.
Wow.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Colabello up next. Interesting.
Then you guys lost.
Do that again, Bobby. You know what to do. Run it back, baby. Now that we're here.
Kenley looking
Now that
good.
we're here, Anthony Swarzak. This is just my game right here.
If you're on the YouTube, I think I'm sorry. We're now watching
he left it over the plate.
I like your stance there, Trev. That's not.
Dude, what year was this?
2014.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
dude,
we go.
I started out so freaking hot that year. I was dialed.
Yeah, this was April 30th, 2014.
I think I hit like 330 or something in April that year.
Wow.
Seriously, me and Chris Colabello just raking in the middle of the Twins lineup.
Don't leave it in. Don't leave it in.
Gosh, dang, man.
Sorry.
What a young whippersnapper that guy was back in the day.
Sorry for the YouTube and podcast and everyone.
Just every once in a while, it's okay.
It's good. No, that's good. Probably the second biggest free agent reliever that was out there, Robert Suarez from the Padres. He signs with the Braves. Again, we've been wondering how the Braves were going to manipulate this offseason. They brought back Reisel, and now Robert Suarez. You got something about a traditional 8th, 9th inning, although who do you give what to? Still gets me going a little bit. 3 years, $45 million. And Robert Suarez, he's got a couple years on him. First deal of 3 or more years for a 35-year-old or older reliever since Will Harris going from Houston to the Nats. Man. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Right? We just did that this morning. Howie Kendrick off the pole. Suarez was awesome last year. Another whip under 1, 2.97 ERA, 40 saves. Career low walk rate, strikeout rate was his highest since 2022. He was dealing last year. Some other fun numbers on here on the sheet, but I guess instant reaction from Brave Suarez. God, an easy 101 there. Your thoughts?
Again, snaps this guy for his story because he ended up playing in Japan for a while, coming over. I think now with his contract, he's going to be a 75 mil career earnings guy, like coming over late after a career in Japan. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. So stoked for him. I want the Braves to be back, and I'm looking it up right now. I should know this off the top of my head. Very, very bad start for the Braves last year, but they picked it up throughout the year, right? They just dug themselves too big of a hole.
Ooh.
Am I correct about that?
Let me see, because I've given that speech about the Orioles. For the Braves, it felt a little more like a slow march that there was hopes, but I
0-5, 14-11, 13-14, 11-5, then a really bad July. Last 2 months were good.
Okay.
So I had that wrong. It just kind of never took flight, if you will. You talk about who's going to get the pill in the 9th. I don't think it matters. I mean, I think you bring a guy in. I think he's got to earn it. Like I think Rysel still gets the 9th, and then you got Suarez in the 8th. Like who actually cares?
Right.
You got your contract
You're
guaranteed.
paid, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a great signing for them. I want to see them back in the thick of contention in the NL East. And I think this obviously helps.
Yeah, Braves, interesting. Rysel and Robert Suarez. I still don't know where I currently stand with age and bullpen. Like, in a way, these guys have been built up for bullpen lives. That part of me likes that. In a way, Father Time is undefeated. That I still don't really know what to do with that. That I don't know. Is there going to be a point in the season when we're talking about the Braves 8th, 9th inning guys are both 35 years old and older? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. I do like that with Dylan Lee, Aaron Bummer, they got a pair of lefties out there. Aaron Bummer's name does make me laugh. I mean, that's just crazy. Bummer. And then, yeah, right now, like Joel Payamps, who had a rough year last year, but he's seen some peaks and valleys in baseball. Grant Holmes threw a lot of innings last year. But yeah, the Braves, it's still I don't know, man. Mike Yastrzemski signed. I don't really know if we talked about that too much, that the Braves have been in the mix and making moves. It's just been a lot of, again, not a move. If your team signs these guys, you should be more excited than the public.
Full year of Jurickson Profar after
Right.
a dummy PED suspension. So you got that going for you. Yastrzemski is a fine ball player you can put down towards the bottom of the lineup. They're still looking for a shortstop. They still have, a nice core of players in that lineup. So this is a team obviously that's going to be there again this year. I'm curious what they do at shortstop.
Yeah.
Who they're gonna find to play there, and they can make a big. I mean, Corey Seager is said to be available.
Whoa.
Every team wants that guy. I think a big acquisition at shortstop would kind of like put them back into the forefront of everybody's mind because I don't, they're not there for me right now. And maybe that's just me. We had some teams surpass them, I think. And they were such a model of consistency that I feel like it's easy to get back to that for them. Like one down year, okay. Like I just expect them to be back next year, but I do think they need to keep going on the lineup.
Yeah, it's man, the Braves conversations are going to be very interesting next year.
Who's catching? Like that's interesting.
Yeah, or like, will Sean Murphy get dealt? Because I mean, Drake Baldwin, they currently have him batting 4th behind Ronnie as a 24-year-old lefty hitting catcher in the middle of the lineup. That I don't know. They've juggled the 2-catcher thing, and you can DH Sean Murphy if you need to. Their offseason is going to be very interesting to track because the Phillies, we've kind of been like, what is going to be the next step for this team? The Mets have been kind of one of the hottest topics of the offseason. And this Braves team, 0-5 at the start. The July numbers were horrific. But it's, what is next? And is there a big splash? Or they dealt with injuries, and Spencer Strider had to build himself back up. What are the real expectations for them? Or what does their front office think? Are they like, hey, we need the splash? Or are they like, no, like we're still very talented. God, Seager does have Braves energy a little bit. I still just like that. It feels like he's cut from the Chipper Jones cloth of like, you are the next.
Is he like the player that's probably like, he's so good, but I don't think about him that often. What's up with that? Is it just because he's in Texas, but like he also won in Texas, so it's like
he was covered up in LA by some bigger star power. Personality wise, from what we've seen from Corey Seager, he's pretty like his brother. Like they're kind of North Carolina. Like I think we joked when Kyle Seager retired. We're like, I think he's one of those guys that we were never going to see again. Like he was, he was good. I played baseball. If you come by the farm, I'll pour you a drink, but otherwise we're good. Dude, Corey Seager had 6 WAR last year.
I know he's a 2-time World Series champ, 2-time World Series MVP. Like this guy is a gangster.
He had 6 WAR in 100 games. Yeah, if he is on the trade block,
I think that's just a me thing. I don't know.
Chris Young did say on MLB Network Radio that he understands teams are checking in, but it's overblown, and they are not shopping Corey Seager, and we want Corey Seager to help win us our next championship.
Of course you would say that.
I will say an interesting note on that. Great, Jake. That's how you hook the people in. I got excited. Danny Wexelman, who hosts on Sirius with our guy Tuck, she posted on her Instagram that they had Glassnow on, and Glassnow and Tuck are fools. Two people that are really happy being themselves.
Keep your girl away. Those two guys.
Well,
Sheesh.
hey, both. Cole just had another kid. Tyler's married now. Life comes at you.
I'm not
fast.
saying they're going to want your girl. Your girl's going to want them, though.
You're right. You're right.
right.
You're right. I got no counter to that. I was like, oh, I got to listen to this. And it was serious, so it's kind of limited. So Danny Wexelman sent me the clip. 12 minutes of awesomeness. I mean, just, great crew just bopping. Tyler Glassnow said that Friedman called him and said, we're not trading you. So again, interesting. Look, and put that in the back pocket as the offseason goes. But we also kind of know who the Dodgers are as an organization, that we've never heard stories that are start that way and end the other way. Like the Dodgers very much handle them as a class. So I don't know. I guess if your fan base is drawing up Glassnow trades, they kind of stomped that one out.
Yeah, why would they? It's not, they don't need to clear up like money. So you have this guy, you have to lean heavily on your rotation last year into the postseason even. So like you understand the importance of having pitching depth. There's no reason to.
Yeah. I agree.
How did we get here? Braves need a shortstop. That's how we got here.
Yeah, I mean, right now it lists Dubon at short, which I love me some Mauricio Dubon.
He's a great bench piece, versatile guy, can play a bunch of different positions. Love that for them.
I love that they have Dubon. They need a shortstop. Shortstops matter. Let's see.
Do they? I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at the roster right now. I'm like, hey, this can get it done. Would a banger of a shortstop help? Absolutely. This is still a very good ball club. Jake.
Yeah, no, and I mean like full season from Ronnie. I need Austin Riley to pick it up a little bit. Like, yes, you're not wrong.
Bounce back for our guy Spencer.
There's a lot of ways to win in baseball. I just do think. I mean, this is like little league bullshit, but when you look at the shortstop, you kind of want to be like, that's our guy. Hey,
you either got to just be an absolute wizard with the glove, which
right.
You can. I guess
they had that in Nick Allen last year.
Yeah. There's a couple ways you can approach shortstop. I mean, it's very hard to find a freaking shortstop that can bang, dude. That's
right.
Those don't just grow on trees, man. It was me. It was Francisco Lindor. You know what I'm saying? Corey Seager.
I know what you're saying. I guess for me, that's where I've almost flip-flopped. I know we saw Bichette at second, but there's still something, even like, Trev, this is actually, again, me complimenting you. Watch out, people. If it's an FRF episode, watch out. Bichette's defense isn't great at shortstop. He has the arm. He has some range. It's just the whole package isn't there over 162. I don't know. If I have Bo Bichette at shortstop, I'm still like, I think I have a better shortstop than your team because he's an amazing hitter and he can make the plays you need. That I don't know. I was kind of team like just where we're at with baseball. Like, yeah, Bichette plays second now and we'll do that. I don't know. The team I like, if Bo Bichette was their opening day shortstop, I would be on cloud nine.
Yeah, you would.
So, I don't know. Sometimes we get too far into the perfect player and it's really hard to be the perfect player. Which leads us into the reliever we left for last, who I think he'd like that because I think that's how he's been treated his whole career. But we're not going to skims over Tyler Rogers. Wow. Speaking of Skims, Trev might have a story about that. Skims, the brand known for revolutionizing shapewear, has now launched a line of men's underwear that's about to change your daily routine because they have an option for every underwear preference. Skims helps take the guesswork out of underwear, and they are truly a gift you can get excited for. Hold on. I'm skimming right now. I'm skimming live. I'm skimmed up.
I am too.
Whoa! Double skim. I kind of had to find the right one.
It's great underwear. It's great underwear.
Yeah, these are my new 1-1. I forget if these are the Athletic or whatever. I'll double check.
I used to go. I'm not going to mention the brand, but it has like a really strange name, Athletic brand.
Okay.
It's a fruit in the name.
Oh.
On Skims.
Shop Skims, skims.com. Let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey. Select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. And if you're looking for the perfect gifts this season, the Skims holiday shop is now open at skims.com. Tyler Rogers, who, again, in this world...
Can I say something real quick?
Please.
I'm just going to hammer this. If you haven't got your significant other anything for the holidays, Skims is an easy one.
Nice.
They all like it. Okay, go ahead.
Tyler Rogers, who we just looked at stats, these stats that we get obsessed with, you'd look at the numbers and you'd say, absolutely. This guy has been one of the most consistent relievers in the game, getting outs every year, throwing innings every year.
Dude, what the fuck?
You play the tape and you're like, what the hell is that? The Blue Jays signed Tyler Rogers. A lot of fun Trey Savage, Tyler Rogers overlays. Our guy Pitch Ninja in on that one. This guy has been incredible. He's got a vesting option for the 4th season that would get him up to $48 million. That would be the biggest bullpen signing in Blue Jays history. The guy's a dog, dude. He's hopped around teams the last few years. It is so hard to be a consistent reliever in this sport because with the limited innings, you give up 1 or 2 bad games or you just get beat, and it can change your year stats. Not for Tyler Rogers. Nothing but weak contact, first pitch strikes. And, dude, you talk about guys getting contracts and getting paid. There was a time when I think he didn't get called up till 29 or nearing his 29th birthday, and now here he is getting the contract. Good for him, man.
I root for the Rogers brothers no matter what. Just excellent people. I mean this in like the most endearing way. I do love my grandpa Al, who's passed away. They remind me of my grandpa Al. Just like workers. They just like come to work, they do it, and that's it. They don't really brag. They don't do anything. It's just like, yeah, I'm just here. Like just good, solid people, guys you need in the clubhouse. And then you get on the Savant page. And this is like it's a weird page because there are some that are like in the 1%, but you don't care about any of those.
Right.
All the ones that matter are like 95 and above. Yeah, obviously the fastball velo is not going to be there. That's kind of what makes it great. The whiff percentage, nobody cares, man, because like you said, like the hard hit rate is in the 95th percentile. That's what Tyler Rogers does. I mean, negative 61 degree arm angle, sinker slider guy. I mean, you just don't see pitches coming from there. You just don't see it. And that
sucks.
Oh my gosh, man. It's a blitz ball. That's a blitz ball right there.
That's no idea.
Rising slider that you swing at that it hits you in the face.
Our blitzball battle rolling out right now, by the way. Go check it out at Warehouse Games. Trev, this is the number one thing. It's blown my mind since baseball. And like again, I fake lump myself in with hitters. I don't know how you hit that. And the game doesn't know how to hit this guy, but even sidewinders, like I've just never understood the angles or repetition needed to hit the ball off of them because it's totally different. The angles are completely changed.
It's I mean, he's an extreme case of it, obviously. Like he's like a true submarine pitcher,
Right.
not just like a sidearm slinger. I'll bring it back to Crespi Carmelite High School. My high school coach was at the forefront of this. I'm serious. He's a legendary LA guy. Okay. Scott Muckey, shout out Egg. He'd have guys that couldn't throw hard that, you know, they couldn't really hit. They were pitchers, whatever. Every single year, we had at least one guy drop down and throw from down there. And that was his thing. And they'd be effective. We turned a couple of these guys into some of our best pitchers who had no chance throwing over the top. And it's just because you don't see it. As a hitter, you have to be so disciplined against guys like this. You have to really, again, similar to like what I said about Kenley Jansen and like trying to kind of change your approach. you have to kind of spread out. You have to eliminate the leg kick. You have to have your hands super close into the body because you have to have your head completely still because it's a brand new arm angle for you. And you have to be able to read it as early as possible. And then you can't try to pull it. You got to go up the middle. You have to tone down the swing. It becomes a lot of bat to ball stuff. Like you're not going up there trying to hit a homer against Tyler Rogers because it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. You have to just be so disciplined, and it messes with guys, man. And there's something about, I think, not only his effectiveness when he's pitching, but going from him to somebody else, you're next to bat. You're like, what the hell's going on right now?
Yeah.
So it just there's a cause and effect situation with him. But again, like a guy that you can throw 74, 70, 77 innings pitched because it's less wear and tear on the body with the arm like this. I don't know, man. It's a great signing. I love it. And again, I root for these guys. But I mean, we're showing the clips on YouTube right now. It's just you just don't see. I mean, his knuckles are on the dirt, man.
So, okay, a couple things, and let's get lost in it in a little bit, Coach Trev, because it's, I don't know, it's the holiday season. We're yucking ball. Dude, I'm racking my brain last night because Kenley with the timing stuff, I'm kind of like, why don't we teach pitchers that more? Like, because, I don't know, like the old baseball thing that I feel like a lot of ball players get taught is like, you know, pitchers, they could stand on one leg all day. Like when you're a young pitcher, they have you do this drill where you just stand on your leg one day in the set. Okay, if we're doing that, like, why aren't more pitchers messing with leg kick timing? I feel like that's, don't get me wrong, I get it's a skill and it throws off the routine and location, but also we live in this velo stuff world that, okay, if you can add a little leg kick, that can be a massive weapon for you. It's part of what's making Kenley go on. And then the follow-up to that conversation is, it's tough to make the big leagues, as I've seen. That, like, how come more guys don't try to be like Tyler Rogers? Or is the question a lot of guys do, it's just impossible to be this consistent or have the location good or have the stuff good? I don't know. Like, I guess I'm missing the Tyler Rogers part on it of why we don't have the story of, like, the Rays have 10 guys every year they try to turn into Tyler Rogers.
I guess I'll start with that. There should be more. I mean, it's a good point.
Is it a pride thing?
I've often wondered the same. I think so. And then I think, you know, you grow up pitching one way, you get drafted, you believe in yourself, and then if you don't have success, you kind of just get released.
Yeah.
But now, you know, you can put all the TrackMan on yourself and send videos out. I'm with you. I think more guys should do this. I mean, there's most guys that drop down. I mean, how many do we have in the league every year? Like 3?
It's not a lot, man.
Like Joe Smith, Tyler Rod. I'm like trying to think of guys that really came down sidearm. Like a lot of those guys do have at least initial success.
Hobie Milner.
Yeah, like from the left side, sheesh. I agree. Like I just talked about my coach. He would do that all the time. If I was a guy who, like, my stuff is not good, maybe I had an arm injury, I'm not having a ton of success in the minor leagues, I would say, hey guys, guess what? I'm dropping down. This is what we're gonna do. At least give me a shot. Teams would be like, heck yeah, fine. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that. I think more guys should do it. It is a pride thing, probably, which goes into your next question, basically. Like, why don't guys manipulate their like leg lift more? I think they think I can beat you with just my stuff.
Right.
And they get into so much into what's my best stuff. And if I do this, I might not get back to where I need to get to. My stuff might tick down a little bit. And I don't want that. My numbers need to be here. There's a lot of that. When it's like, I get that when you're trying to get to the big leagues, you have to have these numbers. But also, like, can we get back to, like, hey, go get guys fucking out? Like, that's what matters the most. So if your stuff has to tick down a little bit, but you're messing with the hitter's timing, okay, I think guys are afraid to try it. It's a skill too. Like, you have to be able to have great balance. Like, we saw Marcus Stroman always working on it.
Yeah.
And he tried to do it a little bit. I think it probably affected his stuff. I don't think he got plus. I don't think he got better because he manipulated his wind up. Do you?
It's tough. I only caught so much of Prime Stroman that I feel weird grading a lot of my Stroman thoughts.
Prime Stroman, I don't think did that. Did he?
Again, I'd have to in my head, I don't have that. I have, the Stroman in my head was trying to get through with 88 and doing whatever he could. That again, part of me appreciates that because it goes back to the original thought of there's a lot of ways to get outs. And even again, if you played baseball at some of the lowest levels, hello, that first time you saw a pitcher, the Heaney hitch in his glove, your brain just sees that and it bothers you. Kershaw, when he's in the windup and he does the full iconic over the top, something about that is different. And the more different it is, the harder it is to hit. And I mean, look at Tyler Rogers is the perfect example of all that. That the messing with the timing thing, every time I see a pitcher do it, you see more relievers do it. And maybe that goes back to your pitcher confidence level. I'm a starting pitcher. I don't need to bust out all the tricks, where there's a lot of relievers that they try to quick pitch you or hold on to something. Gosh. Okay.
I just had a thought.
Please.
Think of 1930s baseball and
yeah.
I think we're getting back to that.
It's
all about being different now. And it kind of should be because disrupting timing is one of the biggest things you could do as a pitcher. I think we end up seeing in the years to come. Yes, stuff plays no matter what. Okay. I think location probably plays a little better, but stuff allows you some mistakes with your location. I think we'll see more guys try stuff out, especially because now we have all the numbers, and if it works, it works. So I'd expect to see more arm angles. I'd expect to see more guys kind of, dangling in their delivery, all that good stuff. I do want to get back to Tyler Rogers in the Blue Jays bullpen because that's kind of how we started this. One thing they did struggle with last year was homers, and this guy doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So, where does he end up pitching in that bullpen? I think they find lanes for him. I'd continue to go if I was the Blue Jays and for my bullpen. I think that is an area where we could make some strides. But Tyler Rogers is an excellent addition to Jeff Hoffman, and I believe they came out and said no guarantee Hoffman's the closer next year. So they're in the market.
I mean, and man, that's what they've done so far. Tyler Rogers, Dylan Cease, and Cody Ponce, they've beefed up their pitching a little bit. And yeah, I mentioned the pitch ninja, but okay, your first two at bats are against you Savage, highest release point in the game. I don't know. Here comes Louis Varland.
He's going to be the closer, isn't he?
Pumping at you. And here comes Tyler Rogers throwing from his shoes. So, yeah, man, the Toronto having themselves a nice offseason where they haven't lost anything yet. I mean, Bichette and Bassett, Sir Anthony, Scherzer. So they have some free agents out there. Manoah signed with the Halos. But, yeah, they've beefed up their pitching. Tough.
That's a crazy visual right there.
It's tough, man. And I guess the other thing when I was spinning last night, I was like, maybe guys don't go for the drop down because of injury risk. But dude, Tyler Rogers, you mentioned some of the stats on the way. Trev, he has led the league in appearances in 4 of the last 6 seasons.
It's why softball pitchers can pitch as much as they do. That's the natural movement of your arm. So it's less wear and tear on your arm.
I guess, hey, big brain front offices. Why don't you listen down here for a little bit?
Colorado, we're coming for you.
What if I told you could have a pitcher who's more effective, who can pitch more? If you didn't see that velo number, that's the only difference. That's the only difference.
God, I think we are big brain baseball guys.
And it's
Bob Nightingale just reported that Adolis Garcia and the Philadelphia Phillies are finalizing a 1-year, $10 million deal.
My God. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In that freaking lineup?
I mean, seeing Dolly hitting like 7th for those guys.
Oh my goodness.
There's more in there. There's more in
my
there.
Goodness.
Testosterone through the roof.
What did he do last year?
He's
wasn't great last year.
No, he's been ever since he was the king of the world in that postseason. It hasn't been great.
He's only 32, coach. Like, let's not bring him out to the pasture just yet.
I'm not, and that's again where free agency we get to be annoying and almost none of it actually matters. But like, I don't know, that stadium, good place to hit. That lineup, good dudes to hit around. Like, if there is a recipe for Adolis Garcia to bounce back, it's Philadelphia.
I love that we got to end with that. Nice.
Look at that. Just a little
Hey, Bobby.
Just a little Salt Bay sprinkle on top. Is he still in?
He's
got some steakhouses and stuff.
I think he's
right?
out, dude. Like, I
Really?
think they all closed down. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah?
donezo. Yeah, I think he like tax fraud or something too.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, tough.
God.
Can't do that.
Lee, I didn't need to land the ship there. Hey, we love you guys. We're still kind of on call. If one of the big things drops, we'll try to be ready for you. Otherwise, yeah, we're Monday, Wednesday. We're figuring out the holidays a little bit. Oh, Rob, I had a good idea for one of our YouTube just like videos you've been cranking out. Wait for it.
Jake sucks.
Current still active MLB hit pitchers that have hits. Like Kenley Jansen has 3 hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, Max Fried used to rake. So
Raker.
I don't. You could do a whole video on him, but like, I don't know.
I feel like Merrill Kelly's got some knocks.
Ooh, let's see at the buzzer. Clicking over. Merrill Kelly, internet. 4 hits.